Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time to cross the line by making an impact with the TNA Event Center. And now here is the man who will give you all the news from TNA Wrestling, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 1198 of the show. Hope you guys are having a wonderful night. It is February the 8th, 2024, 10:17 p.m. Let's talk about this a little bit. We're going to talk about TNA Impact, or TNA Event Center for the 8th of 2024. Just happened, was it 17 minutes ago? And it kicked off with Chris Sabin going one-on-one with John Skyler, and in a heck of a matchup, and then Chris Sabin ended up winning the matchup. And then Gia Miller interviewed Alex Shelley, and Alex Shelley addressed the system, and as he took on Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards for the matchup that is the main event. Newcomer to TNA Impact, Zaya Brookside went one-on-one with Tasha Steelz, and Tasha Steelz just, and and so that's going to be huge. Let's see. She killed the booga. Man, I was screwing up. So I just found out that Giselle Shaw just fired a Shantaraj, but so I think Giselle Shaw is being very frustrated and upset about the whole thing, and I don't know who won that matchup. I'm trying to find out who won the matchup. And I want to know who won that matchup. I'm trying to find out. Alright, good. Alright, got it right then. Alright then, I'm going to make sure that happens. Jake Sumpton confronts Frank Kazarian and says no longer, why he attacked Eric Young, and Kazarian, he was a little upset with Kazarian, and says we'll not look up to him anymore. Challenges him to a matchup. So we'll see how that match goes down. Speedball Mike Bailey took on one half of the Rascals. That would be Zachary Wentz, who is engaged to Gigi Dolan over at NXT. Lucky man. I should say Mike Bailey went up against the luckiest man in professional wrestling today. That would be Zachary Wentz, because he's engaged to Gigi Dolan from NXT. Lucky dude. I like Gigi Dolan. And Trey Miguel ended up being the other half of the Rascals. Got involved in the matchup, distracting Mike Bailey, and Zachary Wentz did pick up the victory. And then as they attacked Mike Bailey, Trent Seven came back to his aid. And then when Steve Macklin attacked Trent Seven and Mike Bailey, Nick Nemeth even up the score. So I would not be surprised if this ends up being a trios matchup down the road. Big Con addresses PCO and considers himself the baddest man in TNA. Meanwhile, Rhino won a match at Explosion, and Crazy Steve low blowed him. And Rhino says he's got a gore. Rhino basically tells Crazy Steve he's got a gore coming his way. Meanwhile, Jordan Grace and Trinity, in possibly her final match on TNA before returning to the WWE, went up against Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans. Jordan Grace and Trinity won the matchup. That is the result of, and then resulted in what I just talked about earlier on. Breaking news. Looks like the Shantaraj is no more, but she's willing to give Savannah Evans one more chance. Dead Tony Deaner addresses his bad luck, and AJ Francis interrupts him. And then Joe Henry interrupts him, and he said, we'll see you down the... AJ Francis basically says, I'll see you later on. And Cody Deaner just got in his face and don't touch me. I don't need any of that crap. Meanwhile, his former design stablemate Big Con took on the team of Richard Adonis and Ori Gold, which Big Con did win. Then PCO showed up after the matchup, and then both of these big men started brawling their butts off. Josh Alexander went one-on-one with Alan Angels, which Josh Alexander ended up picking up the victory. But a mysterious fan came out and attacked Josh Alexander. And he took off the mask. It was none other than Simon Gotch. He's arrived in TNA. Now remember, Matthew Raywall, who is known as Aiden English, used to be Simon Gotch's partner as the Vaudevillains in NXT, former NXT Tag Team Champions. And even Tom Hennepin, who knew the history, said, "Hey, did you have anything to do with it?" And Matthew Raywall says he never knew a thing. Then the main event, Alex Shelley went one-on-one with Eddie Edwards. And during the matchup, though, Alicia Edwards, Eddie Edwards' wife, tried to get involved, distracting Shelley. But Eddie Edwards tried to make the pin, didn't work. But then Alex Shelley outsmarted him, ended up getting the victory. But Brian Myers attacked Shelley after the matchup. And then Kushida decided to even things up, as both members of the system were working over on Shelley. But then Kushida came to even things up. But then Kevin Knight came to the aid of Kushida and Shelley as well. So I don't know. There is a big deal from TNA Impact. Scott D'Amore has been fired by Anthem as president of TNA. Now, what does that mean? Basically, well, I think the folks over in Anthem have made the biggest mistake ever, because if TNA goes down the tubes, it will be on the executive branch of Anthem. And my personal opinion, Scott D'Amore brought a lot of passion back to TNA by bringing the TNA name back. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know if it's a cost-cutting move or what, but it is kind of shocking is that TNA had fired Scott D'Amore as president. I mean, a lot of things are going on and crazy in wrestling. It's only 1.5 months into the new year, and all with the Vince McMahon allegations, we're still talking about that and Rant and Rave a little bit. We just found out that Cody Rhodes has chosen Roman Reigns, and which prompted The Rock to slap Cody Rhodes, and The Rock's going to be heel. It's going to be very interesting, though. The Rock is a heel once again, being as entertaining as it can be. So, will it be a triple threat match, or I do smell some kind of setup. I really think there's some kind of setup. He said he wanted to sit at the head of the table, but I get a hunch. That it's a setup, and I'll tell you what, kind of setup it is. Roman Reigns thought he'd be in the catbird seat. He could beat Cody. He's got The Rock watching his back and all that. I got a hunch that Cody says, "Trust me, everything's going to plan out." I think it's just this story here. It's going to be something. I think in order to beat Roman Reigns, you have to find a way to outsmart Roman Reigns. Find a way to do something that has never been done to Roman Reigns. I got a hunch we might see that at WrestleMania 40. I got a good hunch. I also got a great hunch that Cody Rhodes will walk out the champion finally. Well, we'll find out for sure what the heck is going on. So what does it mean for Seth Rollins? We got to find somebody to oppose Seth Rollins. I got to believe it's going to be qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber for the number one contender for the World Heavyweight title. Whoever wins that will challenge Rollins. Meanwhile, this coming Friday night on SmackDown, there will be a qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber. We know Becky Lynch is in, but who will join her? Bianca Belair or Michin? That is the question. It's proposed right there. Now, going back to TNA, I know some people out there want to see Scott D'Amore back, and Kimberly Ford's trying to get it going, and we want Scott D'Amore. A lot of people saying we're not going to go into this until there's more to the story and everything else. Sometimes the guys, people have a point there, but I still watch TNA, and that's why I gave you the report on it, because I'm sure you folks out there want to see what the heck is going on. Now, I just realized something before I conclude this video. I did a lot, when I first did this show, I did a pilot episode and everybody's showing off the room. Looks like I'm going to do a little room update because I changed a lot of things in the room, just to let you know and tell you where everything is now. So I'm going to do like a little bit of a room update one of these days. So that'll be something here. So that concludes the episode 1198 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Episode 1198 of the show, and about TNA Event Center for February 8th, 2024. Tomorrow we got Bullseye, we got SmackDown, NXT Level Up, we got Rampage, and then this Saturday we got Collision. The Super Bowl weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode of the show. Until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.